Don't come to church and you now quote and say, this man is the richest man in India. This one is the richest man in Africa. See, why is it that the richest man is not a Christian?
Welcome to Apostles on Fire TV. Here you'll be getting powerful video clips that will stir you up for a glorious walk with God. Enjoy the video. Thank you.
Blessed shall thou be in the city, and blessed shall thou be in the field. Now, this means maybe you run a business, and in your business, you are very good with business and you'll be making progress and all of that in Minnesota. If you can take that same business to Texas and you make as much progress as you made in Minnesota in Texas, it means that what is supporting you to make you advance doesn't recognize the variables in other territories. Some of you do well in a location, but you cannot produce the same kind of results outside of that location. But a man that has a blessing, a change in location doesn't affect his productivity. You did it in Africa, we brought you to Europe, you could do it in Europe. Moved you to the United Kingdom because the texture of London itself is different. The darkness I saw in London was more than the ones we contended in the village. You might say you are in London, and for those of you in London, I pray for you. I pray for you. Oh, I pray for you. I pray for you. Productivity all around. If you go and you buy an ostrich, male, female ostrich, and you bring it home, because of what you are carrying, which is a perfume called blessing, it will begin to produce. You still remember what happened to Obed-Edom? The same ark that killed Uzzah. And the reason why, that means the ark was already identified as a killer item. So they were looking for the next person to die. It was, they now say, they say, no, she's too important. They say, he's important. Obed-Edom, if he dies, not to happen. They now took the ark and dropped it. Because if he dies, there's no national disaster that will happen. The man now found how to communicate to the God of the ark. He comes in the morning, he says, I know you can kill her, but I start my day with you with worship. And now over time, they now heard that everything that man touches turns to gold. They came and collected. If blessing is upon your life, anything you touch. You know what? We are doing this fasting and setting the coordinates so that this year you will experience blessing. Most of you think you are blessed. No. This year, 2026, the Lord will make you plenteous. The moment they found out that the ark was beginning to produce positively, I thought they would have left it there for 1 year so that let him benefit small from it. They came and arranged and took it. Okay, so we have productivity. Any form, if you buy goods and you say you want to rear them, and one of them dies in your hand, it's something you need to fast and pray about. It's an indication of the fact that there is something that makes for death that is within the space. Oh, you guys don't know where to, that's why you say you don't know where to look. You call people that are cross-blessed because they have biceps and they've gone to the gym. May the Lord give you understanding. May the Lord himself give you understanding. Something dies in your hand, take a fast. It's not in order. If it's a Jewish person, the person will take a break and go into the sanctuary of the Lord so that he can understand. People live with curses, things happening, and they are not bothered. Say, well, sometimes they have medical names for it, sometimes they have situational names for it, and they just walk away because we are blinded. Our eyes cannot see. All-round blessings are supposed to be suggestive of the fact that you are in alignment with God. Suggestive. Are you there? How many of you still remember Psalms 1 verse 1? Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful, but whose delight is in the law of the Lord. And can you see the law of the Lord again? And on his law does he meditate day and night. He shall be like a tree. So, say the prosperity and the blessing is a sign that this man is in alignment. I am not saying that unbelievers don't prosper. I'm just saying that the meaning of the prosperity of an unbeliever is different from the meaning of the prosperity of a believer. It's different. Don't come to church and you now quote and say, this man is the richest man in India. This one is the richest man in Africa. And they are not Christians. It means you need rehabilitation. You don't even know that the prosperity of the wicked is different from the prosperity of the righteous. You don't know that. So you can bring it and cross carpet. I say this because I grew up in a village. If a man wants to prosper, it's as easy as taking your first daughter to the altar and they kill her there. Yes. So stop doing that cross carpeting. They shed her blood. She must be a virgin. So, and the only way they know is when the person is a child. Take and then kill that person. They will use that blood to summon the siren from the deep. And the moment that happens, that person can get married, but no woman should live with him under his roof. So don't bring that in here. You say, okay, this one is, see, why is it that the richest man is not a Christian? Forget about it. You don't even know what you're talking about. What prosperity means to us, or success means to us, or blessing means to us is different. Don't bring an unbeliever in this context. If you grew up in a village like me, people go out, before they go out for contracts and all that, they go to the Spirit, invoke the Spirit, make a promise. So when they come for the contract, they may not be the best person putting in the bid, but the people that are assessing the situation are already under the spell of this guy that consulted with his oracle. And you just came with your bow tie. That's your defense. Someone else came, he drank snake water. You know what they call snake water? So that when he's speaking, it's as if there's a charm on his lips. You will do what he's saying. So when the contract comes out, this person takes an offering to honor. It's a spiritual practice. It's only in the house of God, when we say honor the Lord, people say, this pastor. It has nothing to do with the pastor. For your information, this ministry that God appointed me to pioneer, until I came to the US, I never took one salary from the ministry. Think about it. It's when we go to the US, they say, if you live like that, USCIS will drive you away because IRS will come and arrest you. So this is my people. Put me on an allowance so that I can pay tax. Yes, this one. Yeah, I know some people came into ministry for money, not me. And I have records to show that my motivation was never that something could come. There was something I discussed with Jesus that made me like this. Now, because of this, I brought this book from my archives. This book contains the causes that I saw manifest on the lives of men on the field of ministry for many years. Different types, just for the purpose of documentation. When you see someone that is affliction comes upon him 12 midnight, it leaves by 1 a.m. You can't kill it with drugs. You can't kill it with potions. You can't kill it with aromatherapy. So a unique case, then we'll now write it. We'll write about it. So instead of going to read those 54, and my list is within the scope of the 54, but this one is experiential. So this is what I want to bring to you from the laboratory of active missions. This is what I got. Signs that show, indicators that reveal that someone is laboring under a curse. And I told you that a curse is a judgment. Are you still with me? It's a judgment that is suggesting that there is a legal situation that empowers demons to be able to carry out that kind of treachery. Are you good? Okay, so let me give you from the... Please don't say that it's you I came to look at, to write this list. Let's be in agreement. Don't say, because we are all friends. I know many. I'm innocent. See, okay, this is my original jotter, the one that this one is, okay. So, the first sign of a curse that we found on the field is mental or emotional breakdown. When you find in a certain, especially when it is evident in the life of more than one person in that family. You have people that have psychiatric cases. I was there. I was present there. The year 1990. You know that bird they call the owl, the one with the big eyes? I know you will not believe, but it's my story. Whether you believe it or not, it doesn't invalidate my story. It is my story. That owl, they sent that owl, and the owl came and stood on top of our house. I saw it because I was coming back from a football match, coming into the house, and I saw the owl. And the moment that owl stood on that house, my elder brother became mad. There's no one, because when something happens in a certain family, you want to find out if such a thing has happened before. We don't have that history. I saw him turn into another being. That was the sign of a curse. It was later meanwhile, then we took him to the psychiatric hospital, and then they diagnosed him and called it schizophrenia. The doctor studied for 6 years. If you go there, he will say something. He has so much knowledge. Laparotomy. What is this? He will say something. He must say something. He must say something. He must say something. That was how 2 of my brothers were diagnosed with schizophrenia. And they were supposed to be on drugs all the days of their lives. It was later in my investigation I now discovered that there was a science to the affliction. But the affliction always comes at the age of 21, the age of 21. So when our firstborn was 21, they struck him with schizophrenia. When our secondborn was 21, she stepped on something and this leg became 3 times as big as this leg. When the thirdborn was 21, the guy was sick, but they could not diagnose his sickness. The 4th one is the one that I said I saw him change. And guess what? Who was next? Oh my God. Unfortunately for Satan, when I saw the pattern, I knew we were at war. That's how I started my life as a warrior. I knew they were coming for me at 21 and I had 2 years to prepare. So I learned the way of fasting, dry fasting, where you don't, and the dry fasting we're doing was not the healthy one, the one you don't eat, you don't drink. If you go for 7 days, your spirit will just open. Yes, your spirit will open, so if you don't know how to control it, you might know people's thoughts. Especially if you have the prophetic gift. So I had 2 years to go to the gym to train my spirit, because in the next 2 years they were coming for me. Witches keep time. Warlocks, they keep time. Necromancers, they keep time. It's only the people of God that don't keep time. They just live loose and expect that things should be good for them. So on the night that I became 21, I was going to the prayer room on campus, on the college campus. I was 10 minutes late. And you know how a big campus like, can I call Northwestern University, can I call it big? Is it big? What's the name of the biggest university in this state? UFM. University, that's small thing? No. No, that's not the kind of stuff. I've not seen any big university here. Okay, maybe I don't know the one. I've seen what. Okay, let's assume it is big. Let's assume. When we talk about universities, it's not what you people have here. a real university, you cannot say you are walking to your room at any time, 2 a.m., 3, and not see people going up and down. That's a real university. Not this one that lights out, everybody's asleep. And the reason why I was saying that was because it was 12 midnight. And I was heading to the prayer room. But there was nobody on the street. And that doesn't happen. But that day of my birthday, there was nobody on the street. And then this owl, that same owl that landed on that house, that translated to schizophrenia, he wanted to sit on my head. So I now realized why my brothers became like that. So when he wanted to sit on my head, the first response I had was in the flesh. I tried to strike it. So this is the part that you are not likely to believe, and I leave you to yourself on this. The bird did not move the wings to move. It didn't do like this. It just moved. Moved beyond the reach of my hand. So I knew I was combating something that was spiritual. So I closed my eyes and began to speak in tongues. I did not open it because I know that it could change into something. And I've learned from the Holy Ghost that when you are in a battle situation, luxury, fear is a luxury you cannot afford. So I closed my eyes. And when I closed my eyes, I spoke tongues in capital letters. You know capital capital letter? Capital letter tongues. My coma. When I opened my eyes, one of the wings of the bird was gone. It crawled into the bush, and I left it and went for my prayer. 3 days later, they sent me a message from the village. I won't tell you the details, but the warlock died. Now, I was not fighting a warlock. I was fighting with a bird. But it translated to. And this was how he died. When he came out of he stood at the doorpost and he fell face down, and boom, that was how he died. That means he died before he died. I tell you this, I say, this is me, this is my story. All right? When you see those patterns, especially when it has to do with someone's psyche, a demon of darkness has been dispatched. And the reason why it was dispatched is because there's a legal opening that grants that opportunity. That's the first time. Just in case you are here today and there's a story of a cycle of mental issues associated with your families, proof enough. There is a priesthood that has been set up, an altar has been set up. Incantation was done to invite demons, and they were weaponized through utterances of priesthood and dispatched to operate in your family. The warlock, I'm the fifth born, and I had 2 younger sisters. They were exempted from this visitation, this 21-year visitation. They were exempted. Number 2, sicknesses that are legitimate sicknesses, but they cannot be diagnosed. And that means that you did not break any medical laws. Your eating was nice, your exercising was in order, the weather was good on you, but yet there was a situation that you cannot explain. The doctors will investigate it. I remember those days, my elder brother, they would take his blood sample, take his fingernail sample, take his hair, take everything about him, put it in an ice box and send to London. And when the results come out, they say this guy is super healthy, but he's dying. That was how I began to study about the deliverance ministry, because I was an object. I needed deliverance, me. I needed help. I was too sickly, too weak. But I found that it was rooted in a legal matter. And the demons that were dispatched to execute this legal matter were the most wicked demons that Satan had. Oh, So we have sicknesses that the doctors may not be able to diagnose, and it is killing, especially whenever you see a situation where people's organs fail. 60% of the cases are spiritual in nature. You say, okay, they just diagnosed cancer today, and then after 3 days they check again, it has spread everywhere. No, that's not how biology works. At least your heart needs to beat. There is a rhythm to heartbeat. There should also be a rhythm to the spread of a disease. So when you see illnesses that are difficult to diagnose, but yet their potency is evident, you know that you are dealing with a spiritual matter. Number 4 is what we call family breakdown. Family breakdown. Number 3 is family or marriage breakdown. Marriage breakdown. And you see a home, husband has been married to the wife for some time, and then suddenly one of the parties say, you have not wronged me, you have not done anything wrong, but I'm out. That's a spiritual situation. I'm out. You beg the person, you plead with the person. Whenever you see that situation, and that's why we encourage that you pick your life partner from a local assembly. The pastor will be able to give you some reliable intelligence that this person is stable. You know, I know your soul is full of buckets of love. Hold on, before you unleash the strength of emotions. Hold on. Let us take you through counseling. Keep that, hold it. Don't fall in love. Hold it. Let us check and read the indices. There are always indicators to show that there is a tendency here that if we don't deal with, if you take your love to South Africa, Cape Town, Satan will still strike it. So marital breakdowns are suggestive of the fact that there is a matter. So can I also add, I don't want it to be a separate number, I'll just add it, you can add it on that same number. Anytime you find the inability to get married, inability, and it is applicable for men and women. You don't need to be the most beautiful lady in Minnesota to get married. No, sometimes the beauty is even the problem. Sometimes. People that would have been interested will say, hey, too many people will like this one. So I'm telling you. You know, I'm not too old in age, but in experience, I tell you, I know a little. So marital breakdown, inability to sustain a consistent relationship with the prospect of marriage. Anytime you bring marriage up, it's crisis. And for some people, there is a science around it. The breakups will either take place in March or in May. Whenever you can draw a graph from your life, and the pattern is so consistent, like plotting the slope of a graph, you know you are dealing with an intelligence. What number now? We have family alienation. When someone just takes his bag and he leaves. No contact for 25 years. There is a ritual that is done in witchcraft to make people leave home. There is another one that is done to make people leave where they are to come back home. That's how some people came to California here to school. And their mother woke up and said, what is this thing that they say they are doing in America? What is this thing? And the people we are talking about are born again. But the mother is high in witchcraft. And she used witchcraft to call them back. The woman has died. The guy that they called back from California, till today is still wondering. Till this day. Came back from California Music School. Hey, why did I go? Okay, he came back. Till today, I tried to catch him. I gave him a car for him to sit down. I paid him money. Sit down. I didn't succeed. Because that spell that was casted, even though the witch has died, the guy is still a rolling stone. Gifted above all. Gifted. I found out that the race is not to the swift and the battle is not to the strong. I've seen the best fall. I've seen the most gifted amount to nothing. Life is manipulated from the spirit realm. I did not succeed. I couldn't get him to sit. He would not sit. He would not. He is in motion, not divine motion. Not divine motion. There's an energy driving him. It's the same kind of curse that was upon Cain, to wander. It's just moving. After that curse came upon Cain, there was no land, no nation, no territory that had the resources to support his destiny. He would just keep looking until he dies. So because the young man couldn't sit down, we couldn't find a solution to his case. We got the historical perspective of how he was called back from a relative. But we couldn't get him to sit down to investigate how we could bring him out. He's still wondering. After 1 year, he would just send me a WhatsApp message. Then reply or not, it doesn't matter. It won't change anything. So I will reply quick. Yes. We're still laboring on his case. We're still laboring.
Thank you for watching. Do well to subscribe, like, share the video to your loved ones so they can receive what God is doing from this platform. You can also follow us on all our social media platforms. We are on Instagram, we are on Facebook, and we are on Twitter. Thank you.